Welcome everybody back to another unscripted sports show. I'm your host, Manny E, and I'm with my brother Chris. How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you?
Good. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good. I was in Michigan, so
That's
yeah,
good.
it's good.
Great Michigan win. Did you get
Yeah,
to see it in
100%.
Michigan?
I mean, yeah, we watched the game, not live. We watched it live on television, but yeah,
That was great. I mean, I didn't watch it because
yeah,
I was at work, but
yeah. It
when
was
I
a good
saw they
game.
won, wow! Another choke job by Ohio State.
Hmm. Yeah, they sucked.
Ryan Day can't beat Michigan. James Franklin can't beat Ohio State.
James Franklin can't beat anybody,
Yeah, I know.
but I think they win this weekend.
Oh, you think they're gonna win?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's gonna be a good game. I think. I know Oregon's due for a loss. It's gonna be a good game. I think Penn State at least probably covers,
yeah, yeah. That's
but
what I
it
think
should
too.
be as long as James Franklin doesn't make any bonehead mistakes. They could win,
Yeah,
but uh, I mean the playoffs are starting to heat up for even the NFL too. But let's review our picks. Uh, Last week he went wait, 3-5, and I went 5-3.
nice.
After 1-7 last week, after 1-7 week 12, I went 5-3. So, but let's review some of our picks. Uh, the Thursday night Thanksgiving games, Lions and Bears. This was probably the best game of the day. Um, it got the coach fired.
I know that was insane.
Um, how do you not call a timeout as a head coach? I know the quarterback should call a timeout too, but he's a rookie, and he's probably like he probably lost track of time. I was telling
I
people Brian that he probably he probably lost track of time in his head because he was trying to get the offense. Um,
I I get not calling a timeout because they only had one timeout. It was third down. If they call a timeout, they don't convert on third down. They have no way to clock it. Um,
yeah,
so I get it. They just didn't snap the ball in time. They didn't. They weren't ready for the scenario in which you know the clock's running. They need to call another play and just get it off, and then save that timeout for the field goal. But
yeah, exactly. And I don't think that one play cost him his job, but it was the last straw because he got fired the next day. It wouldn't
yeah,
even, which is a shame because I think he was doing an interview like a couple hours before, and then he gets fired, and then there was a report he gets fired. So it's like, oh, he got fired.
yep. Yeah, I don't care.
Yep, I think that's the first time the Bears fired a coach in the middle of the season in a couple of years, in like decades. I think I saw,
Yeah, it
but
was like 40, 50 years, something like that.
yeah, but it was a good game. The Lions, I think, in the second half they took their foot off the pedal. That's why the Bears came back. But it was the best game of the game of the day. Uh, yeah. The, what were your thoughts on the game?
That was a good game. I didn't watch the fourth quarter until all that stuff happened because I thought the Lions were going to put it away and came down, and it was a close game. It's very,
Yeah, the Bears are the only ones that covered.
yeah,
Uh, Cowboys and Giants. Not much to say about this. This was kind of a boring game. Cowboys did what they had to do. 2 backup quarterbacks. I mean, the Giants were on their third actually.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this I wasn't into this game. I mean, I had some props and I had D.D. Lamb and Neighbors touchdown each, but that didn't work. And then the nightcap was a really disappointing game. Dolphins and Packers. I think the Dolphins just couldn't play in the weather. Dolphins look all right, and Packers are just better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch any of the game?
Yeah, it was a blowout.
Yeah.
I watched some of it. I thought maybe the Dolphins were going to come back and backdoor cover, but they didn't. So
Yeah. Yeah, the Packers look good. I don't think they're all that great, but I think probably are the third best team in the NFC.
yeah, it'll be a good test for them tonight. So
Yeah.
we'll see how they do.
Yep, exactly. On the picks, Eagles, the Raiders and Chiefs. The Chiefs, as per usual, don't cover a double-digit spread. They never cover. For the Chiefs, they find a way to win every week. Besides against the Bills. Did you watch any of this game?
No, I can't watch the Raiders. They're one of the worst teams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're like Raiders. There's a few teams that I can't bring myself to watch, and the Raiders are one of them.
Yeah. I'm glad I was at work for most of this. I don't think I even watched it when I got home. I don't think it was still on, but yeah, the Chiefs find a way to win, right, per usual. But yeah, they escape again. Steelers and Bengals. Steelers win. Eagles and Rams. I'm Ravens. What were your thoughts on this game?
I'm really surprised that they beat the Ravens on the road, but I think it's just a statement win. I think you could argue, or you could really argue we're the best team in the league right now. It's us or the Lions. We've been 9-game winning streak.
Yep.
Close. I think the Lions are really good. I think when they're healthy, they're probably better than us, but they're not healthy, and they probably won't be for the rest of the year. A lot of people on IR. Aiden Hutchinson's out, so
Especially on defense.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it was a good game. We can get more into the playoffs later, but I think it was a really good game. I think the Ravens
Yeah.
are just a liability on defense still. We probably should have scored more, but their offense is really good, but our defense was just better.
Yeah. I'm surprised Lamar Jackson didn't have a better game than he usually does. I'm not surprised that we stopped him. I'm just surprised that he didn't throw more. It seemed like I don't know. The Ravens seemed like they didn't want to win the game. They were up 9-0, and then after that, I fell asleep, and then all of a sudden it's 14-9.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The Eagles are just slow starters. I'm convinced Vic Fangio doesn't play a good defense the first 2 drives because he just wants to see what the offense is doing that day, and he makes his adjustments, but he kind of doesn't show his hand the first drive or 2 on defense. And Bill Belichick's done that his whole career. He doesn't really show what he's gonna do. So
yep. But then, yeah, I thought the Ravens would play. But I thought it was competitive, but it wasn't. I thought it was going to be more high scoring, but
yeah,
both defenses the Eagles defense came out. Ravens offense just didn't show up after they scored the first touchdown.
Yeah.
So it it didn't live up to what I thought it was gonna be, but it never does. So it was a good game. It was a good game for the most part, but I thought the Ravens were gonna be better. I don't think the Ravens are as good as people. Are we? Is it safe to say the Ravens aren't as good as people think?
I don't know. They're also not that healthy either. I know Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith got knocked out, but then they ended up playing. Defense, something missing there, but um, I don't know. I think they're good just because of Lamar Jackson. I think they have good players, but I think they're elevated because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Um, he's the best player in the league right now, so you can never count him out. So
yeah. I mean, with that loss, I think he's not the MVP candidate right now. That's
it's gonna
how
be
you,
Josh Allen.
yeah. Which
Say
we can, huh?
if Saquon goes for 2,000, he might have the case, but after what Josh Allen did, I think they've been waiting to give it to Josh Allen. To be quite honest, he's one of the golden childs of the NFL. So
Yeah, and he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL to watch. He's just he's the heartbeat of the Bills.
yeah,
As he goes, the Bills go, and you can tell whenever he's playing well, they play well, especially the defense too, especially in Buffalo. If they can get home field, um, this might that place in Buffalo is a hard play, especially in the snow. You can San Francisco
yeah,
after they got some turnovers, the Bills just they could have scored 50 points if they wanted to.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
They took out Josh Allen to start the fourth quarter just to preserve him, which is smart because you don't want to risk any injury. 'Cause-
I just think what they're doing this year is supposed to be a soft reset year for them, and they're legit Super Bowl contenders. And you can argue that Josh Allen's playing the best football of his career right now.
Yep,
Um, I mean, who's their wide receivers? Like Khalil Shakir, I forget the other guy, and they
Coleman.
got Amari Cooper, Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper. So they're all fine receivers, but
Yeah,
I mean, he's missing Stephon Diggs. Like they had to they got rid of some people on defense because they ran into some cap issues. So he's doing more with less. So that's why I think he's
MVP,
the leading MVP candidate. And if he gets it, I
well
think he
deserved.
deserves it.
Yeah, and he has two good tight ends too. People forget about Dalton Knox and as he used to be
Kincaid.
the number one there, but
Yeah.
he's the one. He's tight end 1B. They have two good
Yeah.
tight ends, three solid receivers, a good running, very good running back. James Cook has become a very good running back. They have probably a trio running backs because they have Ty Johnson, who's pretty good, and they have Davis, who got two
Yeah.
touchdowns on Sunday too.
Yep.
So, and then the Bills have a solid defense. So, yeah, the Bills are a bit. The Bills are not a surprise team, but they are a solid team that nobody is talking about because everybody's talking about the Chiefs and Ravens.
Yep. Exactly.
They're just flying under the radar, which is perfectly good for them because they keep proving people wrong. Um, and then what was it? Since we talked about the Bills, the Browns and Broncos, that was pretty good. That was an okay game.
Hmm.
Uh, the Broncos are 8-4 behind the Chiefs. They would be in first place in the NFC West. That's crazy.
I know.
Bonus is probably gonna be rookie of the year. He's
I think he's still going to be Jaden Daniels. Bo Nix didn't play well. I mean, he had like two or three picks, I think. Two
Oh yeah,
picks.
yeah. It's either gonna
And
be
Daniels.
Daniels or Knicks, but Daniel it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be Daniels. I forgot about Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the Broncos are second place. They're probably gonna make the playoffs. They won in the NFC. The NFC is
Yep.
so weak, but yeah, the Broncos are playing well under Bo Nix. So got two teams that can make the playoffs with rookie quarterbacks in Washington and Denver, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now to our picks. Oh wait, yep. Tonight you got the Packers and Lions from Detroit. Packers are plus 3.5 point favorites, plus 150 on the money line. Over under is 51.5. We both got the Packers. I said the first game that these two teams would split. I thought the Packers would win the first game, but I could see the Packers win tonight. Split the series. Lions are 11-2. Lions are due for a loss. They probably should have lost last week. After Child came back, I wouldn't say they should have lost last week, but Bears should have sent it to overtime. But yeah, Lions are. This is their first real test in a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Since
They have a tough schedule coming up.
Yeah, their back end of the schedule is tougher. So
yeah, they have the Bills next week. They have the Packers tonight.
So I think they either lose tonight or next week. I think next week's in Buffalo, right? I believe.
Let me check. I'm checking now.
I want to say that's in Buffalo.
No, it's in Detroit.
Okay. They either lose tonight or next week. Because Buffalo's still playing for home field themselves, so.
Yeah.
But I think this is gonna be a really good game. So, what do you think?
It's tough. I can't get a read on this game. I think my best bet is just a Packers spread. I don't know who wins. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions win. I think they actually probably do win, but I just chose the Packers here because of the spread. So that's my best bet. But
yeah, I chose the Packers because I think they're gonna split the season series. So, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Lions won and they lose next week to the Bills. So,
yeah, that's true.
but I think they go 1-1 in the next two games. I don't see them running the table, so which would be crazy.
Yeah.
But next game is our beloved Eagles and Panthers. We both have the Eagles, obviously. 12.5 point favorites. I don't like double digits in the NFL because I think it's always tough. But the Panthers are bad, but they have been playing well lately. So Eagles have
I
to
think
be.
they cover.
Yeah, I saw that's your best bet for the week. We'll reveal mine later. But yeah, 12.5. It's not a scary line, but it's just in the NFL, I don't like double digit favorites. I think Eagles have to be careful here because they have the Steelers next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying this is a trap game, but they can't take them. They can't overlook the Panthers. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that the Eagles are gonna win and then lose against the Steelers probably.
Yeah, and that game's in Philly.
Yeah, it's in Philly, but
Yeah.
I think the Steelers is just gonna. I don't think they run the table and go 5-0. I think they lose to the Steelers and maybe even the Commanders, and then win the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
thought they were going to split with the Ravens and Steelers. So since they beat the Ravens, I think they lose to the Steelers.
yeah, especially when you take a look at common opponent and how that's going to shape up in the AFC East. Um, I think the Steelers are going to beat us. Steelers are probably going to win the division, to be quite honest. So,
Yeah, I think they want the NFC East to be a little closer for the end. So I think that's why they're going to lose to the Commanders too.
yeah. I I mean, I forget what I put down, but I think looking ahead, I think the Browns are going to beat the Steelers. The Ravens are the Ravens on a bye this week?
Yeah, hold on. Let me put the bye weeks here.
Yeah, the Ravens are on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the division's gonna be close heading in the next week. Steelers are gonna beat the Eagles, hold the tiebreaker over the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Browns win this week, and then the Eagles win this week and lose to the Steelers. So that's how I see it all shaping out.
Yep. And that's our next game. I mean, we both have the Eagles. Not much to say about this game other than they have to be careful. Not
It's
to
a game they
overload.
should be. Yeah, it's a game they should be looking to get up early and then putting in their
Start back.
backups by the fourth
Yep.
quarter.
I don't think they're going to overlook the Panthers. They're not that team this year, but it is the NFL, and you never know. But I don't expect them to overlook the Panthers. So just saying they had to be careful, but I expect them to win by double digits
Yeah.
because the Panthers have been playing well lately. Because they gave the Chiefs a game, they always beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to be careful there. So especially because it's Miles Sanders' return. I don't even know if is he even healthy.
Miles Sanders?
Yeah,
I don't even know. I haven't
I
thought about
don't
that
know.
guy in
I was
forever.
gonna say it's his return to Philadelphia, but I don't think he's even healthy. But yeah, um, next game is Browns Steelers. You have the Browns, as you said. The reason I have the Steelers. I mean, the Browns just beat the Steelers about what 17 days ago on Thursday night. I don't see the Browns sweeping the Steelers, but anything can happen. It's a rivalry game. So, but I got the Steelers. You got the Browns. 6.5 point favorites. 43.5 over under. Um, not much to say because you already said it. I got the Steelers because I think they get payback uh from 17 days ago. So I think it's 17 days. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today. So it'll be 17 days. Next game, Jets and Dolphins. We both have the Dolphins here. Dolphins need to win. Coming off a Thanksgiving game. The Jets are just a mess. Uh, they had a lead and they had another lead, and they blew it.
Yeah, they're just a terrible, terrible football team.
They they were winning that game, and all of a sudden, I said to myself, "They're gonna blow this game." Yep, and then that's
Yeah,
what they did. Exactly what
they
they did.
suck. They suck.
Yep. As much as I was an Aaron Rodgers fan, he just has to retire. Just put, just retire with I mean, I don't know if he wants to go out like this. So he has too much ego to go out like this. So I expect him to be back this year. You
Yeah,
think
I
he's
think I
gonna
don't watch him go to the Vikings.
which one? You think he's gonna go to the Vikings?
That'd be hilarious.
He goes to Favre route. He does what Brett Favre did. Exactly what
Yeah.
Brett Favre did. But at least Brett Favre, I think, didn't he have a better season with the Jets? I think.
I don't know. He made it to the NFC Championship game with the Vikings. I remember that.
Vikings, yeah.
And then he like threw a pick.
Yeah, I don't think the Vikings are going to do that because they have JJ as for next year, or even Sam Darnold if he's still good.
Yeah.
I could see that. I don't know what team. Yeah, I think he's just going to save the Jets. They have no choice. But yeah, we won't have the Dolphins. Dolphins need to win to stay in the playoff race. That's pretty much it right there. Dolphins. Anything about this game?
No, no, it was just really. Um, I just have no interest in watching either of these teams either,
Yeah.
especially the Jets. I just really dislike Aaron Rodgers right now. He's not playing good football. The Dolphins don't look like the Dolphins. I just don't think they're just soft. They're soft.
The
I guess
Dolphins
the
are
best way
only
to
good when
describe
they're at
them.
home.
Yeah, they're just a soft football team. I mean, look what happened with Vic Fangio. Everyone was complaining on the Dolphins last year how he wasn't a good defensive coordinator, that they're happy that he was like they're happy he was gone. Now look at the Dolphins defense this year and look at the Eagles defense this year. Like the problem was never Vic Fangio, it's just the culture that they have there of just being soft players. So
Yeah. And you would think with guys like Tyreek Hill and Tua, they wouldn't be soft, but I don't think Tua's soft. That guy has been through a lot. I think he's the
yeah,
maybe Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill wants to get traded. That's why.
I don't even think he cares anymore at this point.
Yeah. Next game, Falcons and Vikings. The return of Kirk Cousins to Minnesota. Right?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. We will have the Falcons here. Um, I think Vikings lose here. Kirk Cousins get revenge. Falcons need to win to keep the hold on to the division because the Buccaneers are on their tail, even though they have the tiebreaker. Uh, I think this is a Kirk Cousins revenge game.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like the Falcons as well here. And narrowly, did they lose last week? Right, they lost.
The Vikings
Falcons.
won last week.
The Falcons lost though, right?
Who did they lose to? I think they did lose.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Falcons.
They lost last week because they lost to the Chargers
That's
in the
right.
boring game. That was the boring game. Because I had what's his name? Herbert for fantasy and he didn't do anything.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, I think the Falcons win here. Get back on track, 7-6. They need to keep that division close with the Buccaneers. I can see them losing too. But with the Packers winning, if the Packers win tonight, Vikings lose. Vikings and Packers are tied. Lions, and then they're only both one game out from first place. So that could it might depend on what the outcome of the Packers game is. But I think the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins goes in there and gets his revenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good game.
Yeah.
I do.
Next game, Seahawks and Cardinals. These two teams just met 2 weeks ago. I have the Cardinals winning. I think the Cardinals want to keep this division close. They win. They're both tied 7-6. and I don't know what tiebreakers after that because they would split. Cardinals are at home. I think the Seahawks won 16-6 2 weeks ago, so I think this is more of a shootout at home. And yeah, I think the Cardinals just need to get back on track. I think they lost 2 straight. So you have
Yeah, this
Seahawks.
one was tough for me just because it's the divisional game. I think the Seahawks are a better team, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals won. I think the Cardinals are playing pretty good football right now.
Yeah. I don't know who's gonna win the NFC West because even the Niners are still in the race.
Yeah.
That race is gonna come down to last week, which is crazy. To think the Niners could still make the playoffs after.
I think if they win out and things go right for them, right, then they should win.
Yeah, but isn't Christian McCaffrey out for the season? Fish.
Yeah, I mean he's on IR, so he's out at least 4 weeks. So, yeah.
That's a shame that he got injured again, especially for fantasy owners.
I know.
Banking on him coming back and helping them to win. But he wasn't doing anything anyway. He didn't even have a touchdown. So, but yeah, I only have one more chance to make the playoffs in one league. That's this week in our league.
That's it.
Yeah, I missed the playoffs in all other leagues.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it comes down to this week. Facing the brother of the one that one game back from.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Yeah, so I think if I win and he loses, we're tied, and I think tiebreaker is points, so I think I'm heading points. I need to win this week. And this is what I hate about bye weeks in this late in the season because I had Jalen Daniels.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of people on bye week on week 14 for some reason.
Yeah, I think they need to change that. I think they need to have 4 from week 3 to week 12, and stop bye weeks after week 12. I don't know why they have this gap last week. I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving week, so I understand that one. But week 7, I think they had no bye week. But yeah, I don't know why they have no bye weeks late this late in the season. But
Yeah.
but I picked up Tua, so hopefully Tua can have a good game. Sunday Night Football. Chargers and Chiefs, the rematch. Chiefs won their first game. Over under 42.5. Chiefs are 3.5. 3.5 point favorites. I have the Chargers here. I think the Chiefs are. I'm not saying due for a loss because they just lost 2 weeks ago, but I think the Chargers win to keep the division somewhat talk about. The Chargers win here, they would be 9-4. Chiefs would be 11-2. I'm not saying they're gonna win the division, but if the Chiefs win, they're pretty much gonna run away with the division. They pretty much ran away with the division. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Chargers, I think they win just to keep it close, right? I think this is the game where the Chiefs probably, they've had a lot of close games, but I think they actually lose this one.
yeah, I think the Chargers went this one more, but the Chargers playing well. I mean, they lost to the Ravens, but the Ravens were due for that win. But I think the Chargers come out here and go into Kansas City and win,
Yeah.
steal a victory. Especially if they can get into a shootout. They don't want to get into a shootout because I think the Chiefs would win, but the Chiefs are never in the shootout anymore. I
Yeah,
don't.
their defense is carrying them right now.
Yeah, I just don't understand the Chiefs' offense anymore. I mean, I know they don't have a lot of players, but they still have Travis Kelce. They still have, I think, what's his name came back last week. Um, the running back.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, he came back last week, right?
Yeah.
So, so they got their running back. So we'll see what happens to the Chiefs' offense. Do they just turn it up again? I mean, they haven't been a great offense for a couple years, so it's been the defense. And when they needed to, they would score. The Chiefs are just a boring team.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals and Cowboys. We both have the Bengals. I don't know. You have the Cowboys. I have the Bengals. I just think the Bengals need to win, just to keep their somewhat playoff hopes alive. But the Cowboys win. Wow, they're 6-7.
Yeah. I think they're gonna win and make like a weak push for maybe a wild card spot, but it's not gonna really mean anything.
Yeah, I could see the Cowboys winning. Um, but if it becomes a shootout, I think the Bengals can steal this. So, yeah, that's it. That's our picks. Our week 13 MVPs. You have Jalen Daniels. I have Josh Allen. Two great quarterbacks chosen this week. They both played well, especially Daniels and Josh Allen in the snow. Yeah, both teams played. Both quarterbacks played their asses off, and they're both probably going to win awards this year. So,
Yep.
our week, last week's power rankings, you had Lions, Bills, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs. Last week I had Lions, Eagles, Bills, Ravens, and Packers. This week I have the same top three, and then the Packers and Steelers. I'm leaving the Chiefs off top five because they haven't been impressive to me. So they just always they're probably number six to me, but right now they're not top five for me. Same thing with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
For you, you have the Lions, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, and Steelers. So we both have 4 to 5. You just have the Chiefs, and I have the Packers. But I understand why you put the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're 11-1. They're still 11-1, but for me, they're not impressive enough for me right now.
Yes, I still think they're top five because I was thinking the top teams from the AFC, top teams from the NFC. You gotta start thinking about just who are legit contenders at this point.
Yeah,
I would probably say the Ravens are better contenders than the Steelers,
Steelers. Yeah,
but the Steelers have beat them. So in terms of power rankings, you have to put, or I
the
put
Steelers.
the
Yep,
Steelers.
exactly. And after this week, the Chiefs are probably going to be back in the top five because the Packers are probably going to, if they lose, then yeah. But they're probably number six for me.
Yeah.
They just need to play better, have a better showing. Maybe get a blowout or something in there. Our fantasy players, you got Barkley again. I have DK Metcalf. I think he's gonna go off this week. I think that game's gonna be a shootout like tonight because 2 weeks ago it was 16-6, just like the Packers and Lions. Wasn't a shootout in the first game. I think tonight's gonna be a shootout. These divisional games tend to be like one under, one over. I think so. I think this week is gonna be shootout, and same thing with the Packers and Lions. Our Thursday night bet. Speaking of that, you have the Packers +3 and +100 on ESPN bet. That was the best value. I have the over 51.5 on FanDuel. As I said, I think this is going to be a shootout. Because I think they're going to trade blows here. I think with Detroit banged up in the defensive wise, I think they're going to trade blows here. So I think it's going to be a really good game tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a game that people are going to be looking forward to. I think it's going to be a really good game as well. So
yeah, I don't think it's going to be like the first game, especially because it's indoors. So I think they're going to trade blows. I think the Packers have been waiting for this game. Lions have been waiting for this game, and they're just going to trade blows, and whoever gets knocked out gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Or there. And, that's our best bet for this week. You have the Eagles spread. I have the Cardinals. I have the Cardinals 2.5 -110 on FanDuel. You have 12.5 -110 on FanDuel. I think that's it. Any final thoughts? Final thoughts.
No, that's all I got.
Okay. Until next week. Everybody have a good day. Thanks, Chris.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yep. Later, Chris.
See ya.
Bye. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button. Follow us there. And this week on the wrestling, this week on Wrestling Through the Years, we'll be doing top 10 underrated underrated baby faces. So check that out with me and Daniel and Doug. And maybe I don't think Cliniff will be on this week. So check us out at 6:30 Eastern time tomorrow night for the top 10 underrated baby faces. And then Saturday, me and Doug are doing When Tunes Combined, but we're doing I know something different. I'll let Doug explain that tomorrow night. And then Sunday for the Snapcast with Mindy and Daniel. Check that out, and I'll be back. I'll be doing the college football that we dropping later today. So check that out, and later.